Saturday, March the 27th, 2021. This is Wesley Fryer, and for a couple hours I have been smoking this boneless lamb roast on my Weber kettle, and we should be down to 110. I've let it get a little warm, but we're ready to sear now. So assuming this turns out well, and if you're watching this video, it will, because I'm not going to publish this if it's not. I'm going to include a link to this recipe on my website, food.westfryer.com. So basically I made a nice herb rub with a bunch of seasonings, herbs, and a little olive oil and lemon juice, and got that brushed all over. And actually I used that too for the bacon wrapped asparagus that I'm having as well, or that we're having tonight too. So let me throw my camera on my tripod and we'll get this thing opened up and see if we can sear this thing and get it up to about 135, and then I'm going to take it off and let it rest. All right, so we're about 2 hours into this smoke. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it's looking good. I want to actually test and make sure that I'm actually the right temperature throughout. So, oh yeah, we're 125, 124 there. So, all right, that looks good. Direct for the rest of the temperature. Let's see what we're at. We wanted to be up to about 135. We're at 120. So, well, this is perfect. Perfect technique or not? Probably not. The last time I smoked one of these, I was actually smoking it on my propane smoker. This is the first time I've tried to cook one of these on the Weber kettle. So I'll let this increase in temp a little bit more and take it off in a bit. All right, I had to close up my vents a little bit more, get my temperature going down here. I'm actually still over 384. I was able to keep the temperature below 300 this whole cook. In fact, I was really close to 275 the whole time, which I'm pretty happy with. I guess some recipes for lamb roast like this are going to call for, 225, but I was happy. The last time I was trying to cook low and slow like this, I was using the snake method, and ridiculous, like very beginner error, but I wasn't able to regulate the intake of my oxygen or air at the bottom of my grill, And this time, you know, and I got that fixed and resolved, and that's huge. It's so important. So you don't just want to be able to change your exit your exit vents there at the top. You want to be able to, you know, regulate how much is coming in as well. So I think that maybe regulating heat on a charcoal grill like this is a little bit like flying, where you're supposed to stay ahead of the jet because you got to be anticipating things. And so anyway, I think it's a little bit like that too. As you see temperatures, you know, maybe start to change or nudge, you need to anticipate what's going to happen so that you can try and avoid, you know, really large temperature swings. So it says we're up to about 122. I'm wanting to get to 135. It'll continue to cook a little bit, you know, even after we rest, but just to be safe, I'm gonna wait till 135. So we'll wait a little bit longer here, and then I'll use my ThermoPro to test again and see if we're ready to take it off. All right, we have just hit exactly 135 on the internal thermometer. So I don't know that was the perfect way to put a sear on this guy. Ooh, look at that. And then we're at 142 here, so that must not have gotten all the way through. We are good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this lovely piece of meat off, and got some oil here. Going to go ahead. We're not quite ready to eat, and I want to let it rest, so I'm just going to wrap it up. We'll let it rest for a while, and then we're going to cut it. All right, I'm going to slice up our roast. See how we did. Pretty good. Okay, we have trimmed it up, and if I can get this piece to come apart here. I thought I'd cut this up a little bit better. Oh, let's have this piece. Here we go, let's see. That is delicious lamb.